call this meeting of the Moberly City Council to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Ms. Hance. Please call the roll.
Lucas?
Here.
Kimmons?
Here.
McEwen?
Here.
Graf?
Here.
Skubik?
Here. Thank you. Everyone should have seen the agenda for this evening. Are there any corrections or additions to tonight's agenda? Hearing none, do we have a motion for the approval of the agenda?
So moved.
We have a motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The agenda has been approved. Approval of minutes. In your packet, you should have received the minutes for December 16th council meeting and the December 30th council meeting. Is there any corrections to the minutes for those meetings? Hearing none, do we have a motion for the approval?
So moved.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Minutes stand approved as written. Mr. Bogowski, any visitors you'd like to recognize this evening?
No visitors this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Right, thank you. Also like to make mention, if there's anybody in the audience that would like to speak to the council, please grab a green card, come up to the clerk and fill out your name and address, and you'll have 4 minutes to address the council a little bit later on in the meeting. Before we get started, I would like to make a couple of mentions. Obviously, we've had some pretty significant snowfall, pretty significant winter storm the last few days, and it made things pretty difficult for a lot of folks. But I'd just like to recognize our street crew and all of the folks that worked really hard to keep us safe, to get the roads cleared. I know that was not an easy job, and I know that's a lot of hours, and that was a lot of snow, and we're not equipped for some of those larger snows, so it's just tough to keep up with. So thank you guys very much for all the hard work that you've put into that. Tom and your crew, and Tim and his crew, and all that are involved. I'd also like to mention our new PR person that kind of did the on-the-spot interviews. That was just really neat to see. I thought that was, when I saw that pop up and you were on the snowplow truck, it was just, people responded really well to that. And, you know, we've made a commitment to being a little bit more transparent and communicating with the public a little bit better. And I think that's just a big piece of what we're trying to accomplish. So thank you for that, Scott. That was neat. And a lot of positive comments. Just really, really a neat thing to see. So thank you. Okay, moving right in. Receipt of bids for Fox Park parking lot. Looks like we received 6 different bids on that. Am I correct? Is that right? Four separate bids on that. Okay. Okay. We need to actually vote, or I need a motion for the approval of the bids, please.
So moved.
Got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The bids have been marked as received. Consent agenda for this evening. This includes items 3 through 5 on the agenda. These items are considered routine and will be adopted with a single vote. Is there any council member that would like to remove an item for separate consideration this evening? Hearing none, do we have a motion for the reading of the consent agenda?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? First and only reading, please.
Bill number R1761, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an amendment to the agreement for professional services with Bartlett and West Incorporated for the Industrial Park Infrastructure Grant Program. Bill number R1762, a resolution authorizing and accepting a change order to the contract with Emery Sapp & Sons Incorporated for the Moberly Industrial Park Roadway Improvement Project. And Bill number R1763, a resolution accepting the bid of and authorizing contracting with L&J Development Incorporated to replace the Fox Park parking lot.
Thank you. Any further discussion regarding the consent agenda from council? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion for the approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries and the consent agenda is approved. I will now consider ordinances and resolutions. Number 6, an ordinance.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a ordinance authorizing a memorandum of understanding with the Missouri Department of Corrections. Ask that it would be read twice for consideration by title only.
Thank you. We have a motion for the reading of the ordinance. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? First reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing a memorandum of understanding with the Missouri Department of Corrections.
Thank you. Any further discussion from council? Hearing none. Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing a memorandum of understanding with the Missouri Department of Corrections.
Thank you. Last chance. Any further discussion on number 6? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion for the approval of the ordinance.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. Roll call, please.
Lucas?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
McEwen?
Yes.
Graff?
Yes.
Skubic?
Yes.
Thank you. The ordinance has been adopted. Number 7, a resolution.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution appointing Allison Boyd as city treasurer and accepting the appointment by the city manager of Allison Boyd as city collector. And I ask that it be read once for consideration by title only.
Thank you. We have a motion for the reading of the resolution. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? First and only reading, please.
A resolution appointing Allison Boyd as city treasurer and accepting the appointment by the city manager of Allison Boyd as city collector.
Thank you. Any further discussion or questions from council? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion for the approval of the resolution.
So moved.
Motion. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution has been adopted. Number 8, a resolution.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an electronic business services agreement with the central bank and authorizing Allison Boyd to execute an associated resolution of authorization with central bank. I ask that it be read once for consideration of passage.
Thank you. We have a motion for the reading of the resolution. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? First and only reading, please.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an electronic business services agreement with the central bank and authorizing Allison Boyd to execute an associated resolution of authorization with central bank.
Thank you. Any further discussion or questions from council? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion for the approval of the resolution.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution has been approved. Number 9, a resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution appropriating money out of the treasury of the city of Moberly, Missouri to pay expenses due between December 12th, 2024 and December 30th, 2024 in the amount of $1,048,055.37 and ask to be read once for consideration.
Thank you. We have a motion for the reading of the resolution. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? First and only reading, please.
A resolution appropriating money out of the treasury of the city of Moberly, Missouri to pay expenses due between December 12, 2024 and December 30, 2024 in the amount of $1,048,055.37.
Thank you. I hereby certify that there is sufficient money standing to the credit of the city of Moberly, Missouri, unappropriated in the funds identified in this resolution to meet the requirements of this resolution. City Treasurer Allison Boyd. Do we have a motion for the approval of the resolution?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution has been approved. Okay, number 10, consideration of a request to move the January 20th City Council meeting to January 21st in observance of Martin Luther King Day, and to move the February 17th City Council meeting to February 18th in observance of President's Day. Do we have a motion for the change of council meeting dates?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The dates have been changed. Number 11, consideration to appoint Josh Barrett to the Board of Adjustment for a 5-year term.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we had discussed this at work session at the last meeting, but Mr. Barrett has put himself forward to be considered for Board of Adjustment, and we would recommend appointing him to a 5-year term on Board of Adjustment.
Okay, and it's my understanding he was the only application, correct?
Yes.
Very good. Do we have a motion for the approval of Josh Barrett to the Board of Adjustment for a 5-year term?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Josh Barrett has been approved to the Board of Adjustment. Number 12, consideration for approval of a new liquor license.
Mayor and Council, Ben Crenshaw has submitted a new liquor application for Chasers Bar and Grill, which is located at 118 East Coat Street. The city application has been approved through our processes, and we recommend approval, and they have additionally acquired their state of Missouri and Randolph County liquor license.
Very good. Do we have a motion for the approval of the liquor license for, was it Chasers Bar and Grill?
Chasers Bar and Grill.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The liquor license application has been approved. Is there anyone that would like to address the council? I don't see any unfamiliar faces here tonight. So we'll move on from public comments. Anything else to come before the council? Anybody have anything else to say? Nope, hearing none. May I have a motion to adjourn this meeting to move into work session, followed by a closed session to discuss the status of legal and negotiated contract matters.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Roll call, please.
Lucas?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
McEwen?
Yes.
Graff?
Yes.
Skubic?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. We are adjourned from regular council meeting. We'll move right into our work session portion. Number 1, review of streetscape cooperative agreement. Who wants to take this one?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is a 3-party agreement between the city, the Downtown Moberly Community Improvement District, and the Christos Center. So the CID paid to build the nice planter, the decorative kind of planter next to the Christos Center there. And we are making this agreement with the Christos Center. They are going to keep up the flower beds, but the city and the CID will, if there's any repairs needed to the actual structure itself, we will take care of that, but they will keep the weeds out of it and keep the flowers looking nice, so.
Okay. Sounds good. Any questions or discussion on this one? Hearing none, any objection to moving this one forward to the next council meeting?
So moved.
I don't think we need to vote on this one. We'll move this one forward to the next council meeting. Number 2, consideration of one appointment to Planning and Zoning Commission.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, with Mr. Skubik's appointment to the city council, his space on planning and zoning is open, so he has an unexpired term. We do have 3 applications on file from the last openings, so we brought those 3 for your consideration. So we had applications from Bob Riley, Lisa Vanderberg, and Howard Meadler.
Thank you. Anyone on the council have anyone they'd like to put forward?
Out of those 3.
Out of those 3.
I would recommend Bob Riley.
Okay. I was also on planning and zoning for just a few meetings when Mr. Riley was there. He was very, very involved, and brought a lot to the meetings and participated very well. So my recommendation would be Mr. Riley as well. So, anybody else have any others? Okay. Hearing none, are we okay to move Mr. Riley forward to the next council meeting? Any objections? Okay. We will move Mr. Riley forward to the next council meeting for approval for planning and zoning. Number 3, mutual lease termination agreement for DBS Investments on the hangar located at 3570 East Outer Road.
This is the one that we recently had shifted here. I need to look and see which one. I apologize. We had one terminate though, and another one coming in. Let me at the name here. It's, yeah, Titus Chuck is selling his hangar, and
It was a logging company. I believe was the purchaser, I believe. Something logging.
Matt Dotson.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I did have a question on the airport leases. Do we have anything that states that when you rent a hangar that it has to be used for airport related things?
yes.
So what are the requirements? I mean, without going into minuscule detail, you have to have an airplane. You have what's the
Yes.
that's it.
Yes.
Okay.
And so these are the ones we're talking about in this situation are privately owned hangars. We have a ground lease with them. They still have some requirements on that. But the T hangars that we have that are city owned, or the other hangars that we have, which we own, we have pretty strict regulations on those. But they all have to be aviation related products.
Okay.
So I mean, sometimes you see other things out there occasionally, but as long as their main purpose is aviation, they've got using for avionics. We're not being real picky.
My fear was that some of these were being rented or obtained for cheap storage, and I think that would be the opposite of what the city would be after.
No, we look at them. We go through them. I mean, especially our city ones, and then they do an annual inspection on them.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Any other questions regarding the hangar lease? Any objections to moving this one forward to the next council meeting? Okay. We will move that one forward. Number 4, an ordinance extending the imposition of a sales tax pursuant to the provisions of section 94-700 through 94-755 as amended for transportation purposes on the receipts from the sale at retail of all tangible personal property or taxable services at retail within subject to taxation by the state of Missouri under the provisions of section 144-010 through 144-525 and providing for submission of their ordinance to the qualified voters of said city at general municipal election called and to be held in said city on the 8th day of April 2025. Could you explain that in language that we could understand, Mr. Bogowski?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is an ordinance which will call for an election to renew the half-cent sales tax for the Transportation's Trust Fund. So that tax was originally passed in 1986 and had several renewals. This would be the 4th one. So this is an ordinance saying that, yes, we want to put this to the voters in April of 2025 to consider renewal of that tax.
Very good. And that tax renews for how long did you say?
15 years.
15 years. Okay. Yes, Mr. Randall.
No, I was just going to make sure you pointed it out. Mayor, for
Yeah.
15 years.
Thank you. Any objection or any questions?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
just to be clear, it is not an increase in tax. It's
That is correct.
renewing what
So,
occurred.
no, that tax is in place until June 30th of 2026. So it would be a renewal of an existing tax, not a new tax.
Very good. Any additional questions? Any concerns with moving this forward to the next council meeting? Okay, we will move this one forward to the next council meeting. Number 5, a resolution approving a termination agreement with Energy Solutions Professionals LLC and authorizing the city manager to execute the agreement.
You all know I like to stand up, so here I am, even though I got a seat at the table. So what you have before you is a termination agreement with Energy Solutions Professionals. The city entered into an agreement back in 2019 to do an audit of utilities facilities. And so what they came up with, they wanted to replace blowers at the wastewater plant, some electrical components at the water plant for energy savings. And they changed out several, I think the entire system of water meters. And what we're canceling here is years 2 through 5 of the contractual measurement of water meter savings, if that makes sense. So, and the reason we want to do this is, there's a cost associated with that to the tune of a little over $30,000 each year. The city possesses equipment to test our own meters, and we have staff that has done it before. We have experience doing that, and so I got big ideas and we're gonna execute. So we're gonna be doing this function in-house.
Would you have, and a little bit off subject, but would you have the numbers that they did provide on the savings when we did put those meetings? I know that was a big project that went on
Yes, I
several
don't-
years ago.
I do not have those in front of me. I can find that and get something to you.
And this isn't being canceled because they didn't provide something that we paid them for, correct?
No,
Okay.
they perform the functions that were in the contract.
Very good. Any questions, council? Any objections to moving this one forward? Okay, thank you very much, sir. Moving on, number 6, controlled burn contract.
So as you all know, we've had a number of years of invasive species treatment. We've tried burning in the past. What typically happens is we solicit bids, often reaching out to 16 or 17 contractors. We typically receive one bid. The last time was about 6 or so years ago. And long story short, you get big numbers, and they often are from roughly 3 hours away. So anytime, you don't want to burn if there's more than 10-mile-an-hour winds. Anytime it gets close to that, they cancel. They don't bother driving here because it could tick up from 8 to 10 miles per hour by the time they get here. So we've struggled to get on and stay on a burn program. Essentially what this is, and you see a copy of Columbia's bid documentation, but Timmerman is in the central Missouri region. He's willing to honor Columbia's prices for us. And so because he's closer, he's more readily available, and around weather and his other projects, he can fit us in for burns. And so we want to tackle essentially everywhere we've treated bush honeysuckle to open up that forest floor.
Very good. Any questions for Mr. Bach? Any objections to moving this forward to the next council meeting? Hearing none, we'll move this one forward. And that concludes our work session for this evening. Do we have a motion to adjourn work session?
So moved.
We got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by aye. All opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.